In this video, I obtained the Platinum Trophy for Little Nightmares 3. It's an estimated 3 out of 10 difficulty, but to me, it feels like a 5-ish with a certain trophy, with an average time to complete of 7 to 8 hours. The trophies are all story related and offline with the exception of the one online trophy, which is done in co-op. Probably the franchise's first L, but anyway. Little Nightmares 3 has 32 trophies to it, including the Platinum Trophy. There's about 3 stages to this platinum grind, with 2 of the stages requiring you to play through the game twice as the other character. So let's begin. The first stage requires us to play through the game. So I got to the character selection menu and ended up picking the character alone, the chick with the orange hair and the wrench as her tool. The first chapter spawns us in a bedroom with Lo, the boy with the bow, and we traverse through the desert before coming to my first problem. I didn't know all the damn buttons. I tested some of them at the start, but not the one that requires you to grab something because there was nothing to grab. Until I got to an area with the first collectible you can pick up. It's like not a collectible? I'm fucking confused, bro. So that's the collectible trophy for this chapter, missed. Speaking of missed trophies, there are other trophies during this chapter that are missable as well. But anyway, I came across my first mini puzzle. Oh, I'm understanding the message now. And then my first actual puzzle. We need a key for this lock. What happened? There we go. Okay. Can I break this open?
Nope.
I cannot.
Nope.
I'm gonna break eventually. Oh, I have to fucking pull it. Lol. At the time, I didn't know you could call your companion for help on areas they need to do their part in, and I took so long to call Lo for help on getting the key that he just did it himself. That's all I had to do? Okay, lol. How do I pick shit up? Oh, okay. There we go. Brilliant. Then we run into the giant boss baby for the first time that harasses us throughout the chapter. Also throughout the chapter, there's areas that have air pockets that we can go in, which means umbrellas, baby. Because the game only has one camera angle on you the whole time, and you can't really move it around all that much. Ah, here we go. Okay. Oh no. There we go. The depth for certain things is warped and it makes progressing to certain areas a little tricky. And yes, while I was talking, I did struggle to realize I could grab onto the zip line. The giant baby is back for seconds. Oh no, I died. Now we have another interaction with the baby where it shines its eyes, and if you're caught, you get turned to stone. Ah, son of a bitch. We got past it, but the baby did not seem to like that we did. We got to an area where we have to take down a few flying bugs, and after a bit of getting used to, I ran into my first bug of the game. No pun intended. Get it? Oh, it's glitched. Lovely. Bro, what is happening? Just killed the fucking thing. This is a mad fucking glitch, bro. Oh my god. After finally defeating the bugs, we climbed up some boards and flew up to the next area. And then we got to a part where we needed to push a piece of wood down to walk across. I definitely thought of it myself and definitely didn't realize once Lo did it. Shortly after this, the giant baby harasses us once again. Oh no. Yeah, go away, bro. Once we successfully get away from it, the next area has an object related to the giant baby that he just pulled out from right in front of us. The next area was a little creepy because that motherfucker was just waiting for us like a damn hawk. Bro picked us up and disposed of us like we were trash. Trying to make our way around the baby, I ran into what I thought was another glitch, but really, I'm just dumb and went the wrong way. Not like this. Oh, we go this way. And now for probably one of the most intense areas of this chapter. I needed to hit the head of this statue, and then Lo shoots the rope with his bow, But with me being new to the franchise and puzzles not exactly being my strong suit sometimes, yeah, it took a little bit for it to click. Hey mate. Creepy fuck. Oh. You might be wondering how I died there. Oh, the rubble must have crushed me. The next area, looking back at it, was pretty simple, but it turned into one of the funniest areas of all time for me. Purely because of the camera angle and me being delusional thinking I could go through an area that's physically impossible for my character. Oh, the ladder. Oh my god, I'm stupid. He's just waiting. We get to another area in the chapter where I discover another collectible, but me being a pro at the game now could actually pick up the damn thing. An interesting part about this game is there's no way to really track how many collectibles you have, or need for that matter. That is until you finish the game, but as for right now, it's all a mental note, which is both good and bad. Before leaving the next area after completing it, I decided to super slam the ground at WWE style.
And his name is John C.
Another section where we deal with this giant ass baby. Is that it? Oh, shit, a brick, bro. I was close to completing it on the first try. Once we successfully got past him, it didn't end there. Oh my god. And then we have that final interaction with the giant baby. Oh, hello. Oh. My controllers are vibrating like crazy right now. Pause. Kinda disappointed we didn't get to destroy it in any way, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's the first chapter complete. Oh, there we go. Child's play. You're not rattled that easy. Trophy. I think that's for chapter 1. The next chapter is all about candy. Who doesn't love candy? Anyway, one of the first areas of this chapter, I had to whack a button with my wrench, but let's just say it took me a little bit to figure that out. What? Oh wait, maybe it has something to do with my fucking wrench. Let me grab this bitch and fucking whack it. There we go. Okay. Some more whacking and climbing occur until we encounter the boss for this chapter. Oh, okay. Hello. Yeah, she became a bit of a nuisance, as you can tell, but I eventually played the long game and was finally free to go once she was out of the room. Then we were back hiding from her in what looks like a library full of documents, and it took me a little bit as per usual to figure out the goal of this area. Once we were on top of her, I discovered another collectible. We jump down, pull the lever, and get chased by the creepy looking spider lady. Once we successfully escape her, we enter an area where it's just candy. Everywhere. Anyway, we go through a vent and now we're dealing with more bugs. And yes, they are hungry. To get through them, they're scared of light. So I grab the light fuse and carry it to the next area while making sure not to get my companion killed. While we're walking across some pipes, the camera goes wide and we see the behind the scenes of the factory. Kinda cool, kinda creepy. We enter another area with the same scenario, except this time, we're walking through a pool of candy. We then get to an area where we need to find 2 sets of fuses to power the elevator. I end up heading to the left side to the kitchen and find a collectible while also being stumped by this puzzle. Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is, but yeah. I end up leaving the area after some time and heading to the other side. More bugs! Woohoo! So I grabbed the fuse, which led to one of the giants on the hook falling down from it, but that didn't matter too much. What did matter was the bugs making a path for us to go through, because we're just boss like that. Once the first fuse was in, it was time to go back to the other room that defeated me. Now for the next problem. The camera angle makes it hard to tell where to stand to properly jump on the damn hook. After finally figuring out the physics of it all, I grabbed the last fuse and brought it back to power the elevator. Heading to the next area, I pick up another collectible along the way. The next area is security related and there's a couple doors that shut when motion is detected. So we outsmarted the system and went through a vent into the next room and pushed the TV so the door wouldn't close all the way. Then I pulled the lever to kill the power, and let's just say the creepy spider lady wasn't too happy about that. Oh, the bitch is back. Yeah, your power's gone, man. I went into a room where there was a collectible, but I completely missed it. Now we see the creepy spider lady go into a final form. Oh, she angry. Oh my god. After lots of climbing and running, we are chased by her once again. Ghost! Ghost! Not you. Oh! No! Oh, press the wrong button. Fuck. Once we reached the next floor, we were safe. Alright, let's find it. Okay, maybe I lied. Once she finally pissed off, we reached an area where we had to figure out how to get ourselves up on this trapeze. Oh, that changes the track, okay. There we go, okay. Alright. Wait, there's no way. Oh. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, boy. And then we have a final interaction with this creepy spider lady. Slide. Jump. 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 Come on, get up! No push-ups on the fucking machine. Oh, and she's finally gone. And that's the end of chapter 2. Unsupervised. Survived the most pressing of situations. Heading into chapter 3, I was wondering what was going to be in store. What the hell? What the hell is right? Because it's the first half of this chapter, we're surrounded by gnomes. What do you mean by first half, you might be asking? Well, this chapter is the longer chapter out of all the chapters in the game, which also means double the collectibles. Following the gnome into the next room, he was showing us where to go. And once we had to follow it, I've never been so lost in my life. And how am I meant to get out? I'm really confused. I was on the right track, but because I initially missed the jump onto the glass cabinet, I thought it wasn't the way until I realized it was. After finally advancing to the next area, I stumbled across my first collectible for this chapter. And what do you know? There's another puzzle involving a fuse for the elevator. So we followed the gnome into a room with the furnace and activate it before he so kindly gives us the fuse and then sits in front of the furnace chilling like a friggin' cutie. Once the fuse was put in, we went back to chill with the gnome for a sec. Then we ran back to the elevator and went to the next floor, which gave us the trophy, Light or Flight. Light or Flight. Look on the bright side, okay. Now we enter an area in which I spent a bit more time on a certain part than I'd like to admit before realizing I could move it. So in order to activate the glass below us, we need to turn on the power. And of course, we need to solve a puzzle to do this. For this puzzle, once I hit the button, a row of lights display one at a time. Following the guide sheet, once low hits all the buttons in the right order, there we go. We're able to pull the lever that activates the power partially, enough to let us out of the room. Once we were out and pulled the next lever, the menacing sculpture rose above. Oh wow, okay. Fuck. Ugh. Oh my god, I've been doing everything all the fucking time. I'm so fucking stupid, bro. Holy shit. Yeah, not my finest moment. Once I finally got to the next area, I got my next collectible. And then climbing up a wine rack, jumping onto a bathtub, and climbing a rope onto the next area, I found another collectible. Getting into the next area, we enter a room with the piano in it, where there's actually a missable trophy for jumping on the piano and running back and forth on the keys. We enter a vent and head into the next room, which gives off cinema vibes with the popcorn. Then head down the hallway into another vent, where we discover something very strange. My fucking goodness, bro. Oh shit. Hi. Huh. Oh yeah, shit, fuck yeah. Once we unlock the door into the next area, we are now in the second half of this chapter. I wanted to explore as much as I could before I moved on, but I explored a bit too much and locked myself out of going back. Oh no. Oh well. So I had no choice but to progress further. We got to an area that involved us pulling down the chute to throw the coal into, to get the furnace going and get us up to the next area. In this area, once we pulled down the lever to activate the power, I full thought the guy in the tent was gonna come out, bro. It was scary. Anyway, once he stayed inside like a good boy, we went into the next area. I want you to take a mental image of these chairs for when we come back. In this area, we need to collect the key for the door where that guy was. No, it didn't take me a little bit to figure out I had to get low under the table to assist me. What are you talking about? Finally, about time you fucking do something. I guess you couldn't, but... Oh my god, hello. Huh. The fucking party in here, a little meeting. Now we get to the scary and intense part of this chapter. We gotta fight these bloody things. Oh, hello. Yeah. We then get to the point of the third chapter where the circus vibe is a lot more prominent, where I check to see if the big guys are allies. These guys enemies? Yes, they are. Once we get through an area where two big dudes are beating another dude like a piñata, with the puppets cheering them on and dunking another tied up big guy into a pool of water, we get to an area with a bunch of passed out puppets on the floor. It may as well be a Saturday night with how drunk they look. We enter an area with yet again another puzzle. It was pretty simple though, just had to get a fuse sitting on a wine rack and put it in the power station outside, and then rotate the handle until this line reaches a certain point, and then jump on the light to reveal a secret room. We then enter a room where it seems a magic trick went horribly wrong. Oh. Yummy. We run into a peeping Tom acting like he's some sort of detective trying to find us. Yeah, you got nothing on us, buddy. We needed to get to the other side, so this blind guy in this next area whacking this dude around like a piñata kindly helped us out. We got to an area with a minigame where there is a trophy for this, but because I was playing as alone, not even sure if I could activate the minigame as her, not that I knew it was a thing anyway. Right after that, we jump down into a pool of dentures where I find another collectible coming out of it, and then we take a free roller coaster ride. And this was the halfway point of the chapter, cause you can't really teleport through a broken mirror, you know. We took the elevator to another floor, but we weren't alone. I went into a room and I didn't know this at the time, but certain chapters have their own collectibles inside of them outside of the main doll collectibles, with this chapter having a lady statue reference from the first game which you need to destroy. But I already missed a few in this chapter, so... And then, we run into the main antagonist or boss for this chapter. Fuck. Killer puppets are scary, man. The next area after escaping them, we needed a handle to open a hatch which is in the next room. But it took me a minute to figure out what I was looking for. A little longer than I'd like to admit. Oh, we need that handle on the... Yeah, boy. Run! Yeah! Down we go. And then we fell into another pit of dentures. I found another statue collectible, and I definitely destroyed it on the first swing. There we go. We reached an area where again, the camera angle made progressing almost a nightmare. A little nightmare. The puppet decided to come say hello again. But all that running was kinda useless since the puppet master was just waiting for us anyway. Since we got captured, it's time to escape. Lo makes noise to distract him like a mad cunt, so I can use the crank and move his cage next to the gnome to shoot the gnome's cage, then he jumps down and they chase the gnome, which means I climb on the ladder and jump on Lo's cage to break him out. Now that was cinema. We go under a loose floorboard where we watch them murder the innocent gnome and make it dinner for the puppet. I said just before that the prison break sequence was cinema, but honestly, this chandelier sequence beats that in my opinion. We reached an area where we came down like a boss and tried to sneak past the boss. Once I patiently waited, we successfully got past him and reached an area with a door with a lock on it. So we took the elevator up and went up to the same area the boss is in, but above him to float down and grab the key. Silently. Once we opened the door, we were chased. Once again. Come on, come on, come on. Can't make that, motherfucker. We were in the next area where for the final time, we were chased. Let's get inside. Alright. Come on. There we go. Yes, come on, get in there. Get up! I'm coming. There we go. Oh my god, a shotgun! Oh, the fucking baby's climbing up. Ha! Yeah, baby. Goodbye. Good fucking riddance. And that is the end of the 3rd chapter. Showstoppers! The show cannot go on. Okay. Heading into the 4th and final chapter, I again didn't know what to expect, until I realized we were in a rundown mental institute. I found my first collectible for this chapter and then had our first encounter with a deadly plant. And then I realized I gotta get Lo to take care of it. We had another encounter with the plant where Lo had my back like a madcap. We ran into another blind enemy and I knocked a bottle over on the other side to lure it and then ran to the door on the other side. I hit the gong with my wrench and I didn't realize that goddamn earthquake was gonna happen. There we go. What the hell is that, bro? It's a giant snake. Bang, 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 bang. That's a foot! And that was our introduction to the main antagonist or boss for this chapter. I activated the elevator with this lever and made it to the next floor where there was another puzzle involving a fuse. So I grabbed this cart and pushed it to get into the next room, then getting through a vent on the other side of the room and finding an adult version of Alone, which we get the trophy Illuminating Experiences for picking it up. Illuminating Experiences, the gift of second sight. The simple version of how this doll works is, it's basically a utopia inside a dystopian environment. So as you're walking through areas with holes, it shines what the area looked like before the destruction. I go up the seesaw and throw the doll through the window, and then to get the fuse, we head into the security room, pull this lever to open the gate, grab the fuse, pull the lever again to open the gate to get out, go through this door, push the cart to get to the lever and pull it. Running through that room, there was a collectible on top of the vending machine, but I missed it. Once we got through the hole in the gate, we were chased by the boss for the first time. Oh fuck. Run. God damn it. During these boss chases for this chapter, if you don't die during them, you get a trophy for it called hand-eye coordination. The chase to the other side where it involved glass took forever to get through because I didn't know you had to smash the damn thing. I did not even think about the fucking... We successfully escaped after this amount of deaths and made it through a pit of whatever this is. then up some stairs and realized we needed a key for a door. So we went into the room opposite that door, grabbed a soft drink can from the vending machine and used it to lure the enemy in the area to get killed by the plant to drop the key. And then unlock that door, pull the lever to activate the door behind us, then grabbing the doll and running towards a room where the next area might have been the most frustrating for me. We're all blind. Oh shit. Keep moving. Son of a bitch. Oh, that did not go to... Okay, fair enough. After finally getting through the pain, we were now in a jungle area where we saw the hand of the giant before making our way across and getting chased by the hand because it followed us. Then we had a parkour section where again, the camera angle messed me up completely. More than once. Once I finally got past that section, I found another collectible in the next room, and then Lo pulled the lever down so I could go in and break his wall to let him in the room. Then we take the elevator down and I find my next collectible for the chapter. We enter the next room and climb up a ladder into the final room of this chapter. We run to the other end and push the door open, and that's that. Yeah, so Supermassive Games design games in a specific way where they know how to keep you on your toes. One minute you're watching a movie, next minute you're controlling the person running for their life without warning. And then we got to the final boss fight. It took a little bit to figure out, but basically you just have to avoid falling debris for a little bit, pull the wood so I can hit the gong, and then the boss is stunned, which means Lo damages him with his arrow, then avoid more falling debris before Lo shoots the box down so I can get up to the gong to hit it and stuns the boss again, when Lo damages the boss again, and then I go up to it and smack him in the eye with my wrench, then Lo hits the boss with the coup de grace. Oh, there we go. Just die, thank God, please. Then I get the trophy, Spiral Out, for completing the final chapter. Spiral Out. A twisted mind unraveled. And then the trophy, From Nowhere with Love, for completing the game as alone. From nowhere with love, but to be is to have been. Since completing the game, I missed quite a few collectibles, and on top of that, I still had another 23 trophies to get, including the platinum trophy. So I went into the next playthrough as Lo, and went into this run just doing collectibles and doing other trophies in between if I remembered about them during the chapters. The collectibles I still needed were the dolls in each chapter for these trophies, the crows in chapter 1 for the bird brain trophy, the gnomes in chapter 3 for the home sweet gnome trophy, the lady statues also in chapter 3 for the omnipresence trophy, and the ghosts in the final chapter for the institutionalized trophy. But heading into the first chapter of this second playthrough, the first trophy I got was the Windy City, which you get for opening your umbrella at the last second before touching the ground. Yeah, the Windy City. Just don't open indoors. Hell yeah, trophy! Then the first collectible related trophy I got was Toy Box, which is earned for collecting 5 dolls in chapter 1. Toy Box! Playtime's over now. That's for the first lot of dolls. First 5. Then I found the last crow for the bird brain trophy. Hey mate. Goodbye mate. Bird brain! Always ruffling feathers! Trophy! With the trophies in chapter 1 complete except for one, which I forgot about, I moved on to chapter 2 where I was going for the unsavory delicacies and candy shop trophies. For the trophy unsavory delicacies, we need to throw 3 lots of candy through a vent and feed it to the bugs on the other side of the room. Enjoy your sweet treats. Yeah, unsavory delicacies. Rotting from the inside, delicious on the outside. Fuck yeah, trophy! Then after turning off the power and making the creepy spider lady angry, I went into the film room and found the last doll needed for the candy shop trophy. Candy shop. Sweets for my sweet. Fuck yeah. Trophy. There was another trophy for this chapter, another one in the bag, but it slipped my mind with all these collectible shenanigans, and I moved on to chapter 3, where I went for these trophies. The first trophy of this chapter was Stay Tuned, which is earned for playing the piano. In a room in one of the areas, there's a piano and you can jump on it and run back and forth on the keys. Stay tuned! Are you taking notes? That's a pretty sick trophy, I'm not gonna fucking lie. While I was trying to find the room with the piano, I was also collecting some gnomes along the way and found the final one for the trophy. Yeah, home sweet gnome. Ready or not, here I come. Those lovely gnomes. Trophy, baby. The next trophy was Bullseye, which is earned for using Lowe's bow 50 times. Oh, Bullseye. You gotta aim high. Fuck yeah, trophy. Earlier on in the video, I mentioned we walked past a minigame that I didn't know we could play. Well, because I was low, I was able to play it and go for the aim low and alone trophy, which is earned for shooting the correct gnomes on the plate. There we go. Aim low and alone. Win a prize every time. That's a neat little minigame trophy. Fuck yeah. And then I found the last doll needed for the Token Gestures trophy. There we go, Token Gestures. You hit the jackpot. Fuck yeah, trophy. Halfway through the chapter, we get captured by a puppet master and his killer puppet. Once we break out, there's a boy in a cage in another room, and there's a sausage in the kitchen in the room before it. For the delivery feed trophy, I need to pick up the sausage and deliver it to the boy in the cage. Here's the sausage. Here you go, mate. Delivery feed from store to door to cage door. Fuck yeah, trophy. And now for the last collectible trophy of this chapter, Omnipresence, which is earned for destroying all the lady statues from Little Nightmares 1. The final statue, Omnipresence. Far or near, she can make us fear. And that is for the lady statues. Let's go. Heading into the final chapter, I was going for these trophies. Starting off with Filed Away, which is earned for finding the dolls within the chapter. Followed by Loose Threads, which is earned for finding all 25 dolls. Another doll. Need 2 more. Oh, no I don't. Filed Away. Nothing left in the medicine cabinet. Fuck yeah, trophy. Loose Threads. Little shapes of big things to come. Woo! Fuck yeah. I think is that all collectibles? And then the final collectible related trophy was Institutionalized, earned for finding all 5 ghosts in the chapter. No, I didn't. There we go. Institutionalized. The kids aren't alright. Now that is the last collectible trophy. That is all collectibles done. And then the final trophy for the chapter, Low Spirited, earned for completing the game as low. Low Spirited! The real memories of the friend you made along the way. After finishing the game a second time, I still needed another 8 trophies, including the Platinum Trophy. I created a co-op session on PSN Profile so I could do the co-op trophy Special Connection. For this, you only need to complete the last chapter for it to work. So while I waited, I started on the Guiding Hands trophy, which is earned for holding your partner's hand for a total of 5 minutes without letting go. Oh my god, Guiding Hands, finally! We're connected, you and I. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God that's done. Trophy. During that last trophy, I got an invite from someone who joined my session. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to be that quick. So I went into co-op once I was done with that, and shout out to this guy for helping me out, even though we helped each other. I want to say the experience went smoothly, but there were a couple instances of lag and a point where I couldn't move at all. Wait, what? Wait, I'm so confused. Bro, I can't move my fucking joystick. Brother, I can't move. But after a bit of time, we successfully completed the chapter. Special Connection! There is no bond as strong as this. Stuffy! Now both characters have their own unique weapon. Lo has his bow and Alone has her wrench. I still needed the trophy for using Alone's wrench 50 times. So I went into chapter 1 and farmed breakable vases to get the trophy Spanner in the Works. There we go, Spanner in the Works. I could be quite handy when I want to be. And and that is destroying all collectibles. Well, destroying everything that I can destroy for the freaking spanner. And while I was in chapter 1, I decided to do the peekaboo trophy, which is earned for not dying during any of the interactions with the giant baby. I think there's one more to go. Oh, there we go, peekaboo! There's a twinkle in that eye. Oh, thank God, bro. With all the trophies in chapter 1 earned, it was time to go back to chapter 2 for another one in the bag trophy, which is earned for getting a ball in the net. Right, let's do this. Oh, the hoop's right there. Okay, yeah, another one in the bag. Nothing but net profits. Trophy! Need a few more left. And then back to chapter 3 for the capital punishment trophy, which is earned for shocking 2 people as low. First one being right outside the elevator, and the second one being in the next room on the 2nd floor. There, capital punishment. You're heading for a shock. Trophy, second last one too. It was on to the 4th and final chapter for the final trophy before the platinum. Hand-eye coordination, which is earned for not dying at all during the interactions with the boss, including the boss fight. Last fucking trophy for the platinum, baby. Let's fucking go. Attempt number 2 at the chapter 4 trophy. Oh, was that the end? No. Oh, was that the fucking end, bro? Attempt number 3 at the chapter 4 trophy for platinum. And shoot the eye. Oh my God. Fuck yes. Holy shit. That should be it. I died once, but I wasn't during the interaction, so it's fine. Give it to me. Yes! Hand-eye coordination, you stayed at arm's length. And the platinum! Mastery of the spiral. Keep on turning. And the platinum! Yes! Okay. Oh, thank God for that. I really enjoyed my time on this game. Bit sad and different that this was my introduction to the Little Nightmares franchise after the company was bought out and led by a different dev team than the first 2, but I didn't hate it. I was glad I was able to play the game more than watching, with it being made by Supermassive Games, that's for sure. As always, feel free to leave any suggestions for games you want to see me platinum. And with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this journey with me. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new for more content like this. And I will see you legends in the next one. Peace.